Let us now start with the prototyping phase of this project. And before we get started, I just want to make something clear. I went ahead and removed the one extension from the names, same thing like we did for the design part, if you remember, just to cut some time short for this course. So what I want to do now is select the home and make two copies of it. So simply hold my Alt key and drag it down below. And do the same one more time, like so. So why I did that? Because I want to make a drag trigger for this section as well as a drag trigger for this section, so people can drag and see different elements inside of this section. So how we can do that is we're still inside of our design tab, so that's where you do all your design, and when you are ready to start prototyping, you then simply click prototyping tab and then move on to it, and you can always switch back and forward between the two. So to get started, we are on the second screen, so home second, and maybe you can even name them like that, so home 2, and then jump in right here and then select home 3, just so that you can know what you are doing and where you are. So on the home 2, we can select this most popular section and click image 1, 2, 3, hold shift, and then simply move them right here until they meet with our guide on the right. And once again, this is why our guides are so powerful and so important. So we can jump back and go to home 3 and then do the same for the room combinations. So select it, locate the room combinations, image 1, 2, 3, and then simply move them all to here. And now we can start prototyping. So you can click on the home number 1, jump inside the prototype, and what we want to do is click on this first object, so Milano lamp in our case, and then simply drag it down here. And for the interaction, you can use drag, you can use auto animate, home 2 is the destination, and for the easing, maybe we can use ease out. And let's click on the name of the artboard, click play right here, just to test it out and see how it looks like. So you can see that is the drag trigger. And now to go back, simply click right here on this first one, drag it back, it will load exactly the same interaction. And if I click right here, then play and use the drag trigger once again, as you can see, now we can go back to it. So it's a really cool little animation with the easing out. So when you let go, it kind of flows into place. Now, as you can see, because this artboard is extended down, you can also scroll down and locate our process. But what we want is move on to the second section. So for the home 3, we want to do the same with the room combinations. So jump back to home 1, select this first one, you can unzoom a bit, and then simply drag this arrow down. Use exactly the same settings as you did before and do the same as before. So why the first one, why not the second one? Well, because on the second one, you can see that we have this state, so it's moved right here for the most popular section, and on the first one, they are all in their original state. So that's what we want to create. So if I jump right here, hit play, and do this, you can see it works just fine. And I can also do this, and it works just fine. Next up, let's quickly jump ahead and do this, do the same for some of these icons. So for the menu icon, we can jump back and click right here. So instead of the trigger, we want to use the tap. So instead of the drag, we want to use the tap. Instead of action auto animate, you want to choose overlay, because you want this screen to overlay on top of this screen. And now you might want to go back. So when you click this X icon right here, drag it to here, tap overlay home dissolve, so it will go back, and let's quickly test it out. So hit play, hit right here, and as you can see, it will overlay on top of this screen, and when you click X, it's going to close it back again. So you can quickly do that for all of these screens if you want to, but we are going to jump inside that part a bit later. And now let's quickly animate these ones. So you can click on the search and it will take you to the search right here or right here. You can choose however you want to organize these. So let's quickly go to the filters because I want to search by filters. Now this is a tab, it's not overlay, it's a transition. And you might want to choose destination, it's this one, and animation. You can choose dissolve, or you can choose slide left, slide out. Maybe we can slide up for this one. So let's test it out, see how it looks like. Hit play, click right here, and it will slide from the top. And I like how this looks like. So you can simply click right here, close, and it will take you back out to some of these other ones. So let's use that one. Transition, home, slide up, or maybe slide down. So click right here, hit play, click right here, and when I click right here, it will do the same and jump back down. So it came up and jumped back down. And one final thing that's left for us to do for this screen is click right here on the cart icon. Maybe you can zoom in a bit closer like this, and then simply drag it out to your cart, so to your order details. Tap transition, order details, and instead of the slide down, maybe you can slide right, for example, just to see how that looks like. So when I click right there, it will slide right, and I like how that looks like. And one final thing to do, you can choose so most popular, and you can maybe click on the see all, and it will take you to this section. So tap, and instead of slide right, let's choose dissolve. And finally, room combinations. Maybe we can choose this first one because it is our first one. And because we cannot go from there, maybe we can choose see all because we used it for this part of the animation. We can choose see all, click right here. It will take us to the living room. Tap transition, room combination, and maybe we can choose slide left in this case. So let's test it out quickly. So all of this works properly, and if I click see all, you can see it takes us to the living room. And when I click back on this icon, so select it, it can take us to this screen once again. So instead of the slide left, let's choose slide right. So once again, home, click right here, room combinations, so see all. Okay, I like this, and I can go back to the home screen. And that's it for this first video. In the next video, we're going to move on to category screen, search filters, and so on. So I'll see you there.